Imagine this.
Mhm.
You step off the plane,
Yeah.
and immediately your senses are just flooded.
Mm-hmm.
You get these distant chimes of Gaveland music sort of floating on the warm air,
Yeah.
mingling with that sweet, almost heavy scent of frangipani blossoms.
Oh, it's unmistakable.
And you hear the rustle of palms, and there's this subtle, kind of earthy smell of fresh offerings everywhere.
It really permeates everything.
Yeah, like every corner you turn feels imbued with something ancient, something profound, alive.
It does.
This isn't just, a pretty holiday spot. This is Bali. And today, we're not looking at it just as a beautiful island paradise. We're doing a deep dive into Bali as a living temple. A
Exactly.
place where spirituality isn't just like a part of life.
Huh?
It's life. It's the essence.
That's the core of it.
So the big question we're trying to get at today is, what actually makes Bali's spirituality so unique, so deeply woven into daily existence, really unlike almost anywhere else you can think of? That's the mystery we want to unravel.
Precisely. And this deep dive, we're going to uncover how Bali's ancient temples, those amazing, intricate rice terraces, and its vibrant daily traditions. Well, they're much more than just cultural artifacts.
Right.
They are living proof, really, revealing a world where the sacred and the everyday are just seamlessly intertwined, undeniably.
So we're digging for those nuggets of knowledge.
That's it, the essential nuggets that truly define Bali's spiritual heart, and maybe why encountering it feels so, well, profound for people.
Okay, so to really get a handle on this deep spirituality,
Mhm.
we need to look at the roots first,
Yeah.
right? Where did it all begin?
Yeah, you have to go back.
Our exploration starts, over 1,000 years ago?
Yeah.
When Hindu-Buddhist communities, mainly from Java and other parts of Southeast Asia, they came and settled on the island?
Seeking refuge in many cases.
Right. And they didn't just bring a set of beliefs, they brought a whole way of life, one that, profoundly wove spirituality into every single part of daily existence.
Mm-hmm.
And this foundation, this integration, it seems like that's the cornerstone of everything else we find in Bali.
Absolutely. And what's really fascinating here is how that early settlement basically set Bali on this completely unique path within Indonesia.
Yeah, because the rest of Indonesia is primarily Muslim.
Exactly, the vast majority. But Bali stands out as this, well, beacon of Hinduism,
Mm-hmm.
and this religious distinctiveness has been just crucial.
Preservation.
Yes, crucial for preserving countless ancient traditions and practices that, ironically, have been lost or really changed quite a bit elsewhere in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
And the specific kind of Hinduism they practice there is called Agama Hindu Dharma. It's genuinely syncretic,
Syncretic meaning.
meaning it skillfully blends elements of Hinduism, Buddhism, and also the indigenous animistic beliefs that were there before,
Oh, okay.
which makes it both really distinct and incredibly resilient. It's almost like a living archive of ancient wisdom.
And you can really see that distinctiveness come alive in their sacred spaces, can't you?
Ah.
Especially the temple system.
Oh, definitely. It's incredibly complex, hierarchical even. It mirrors the island's whole social and spiritual structure.
So our research shows, every Balinese village is sort of a mini cosmos,
Yeah,
anchored by 3 main temples.
that's right. A spiritual trinity. You've got the Pura.
Okay, what's that one?
That's the temple of origin. It connects the community back to its ancestors, the village founders.
Got it.
Then there's the Pura, the village temple. That's more about the day-to-day communal life, social rituals.
The community hub, almost.
Kind of, yeah. And finally, the Pura, the temple of the dead. It honors the whole cycle of life and death, deals with ancestral spirits.
Wow.
So together, these aren't just buildings. They're like the spiritual nervous system of every village.
Yeah.
Essential for community life, for all the regular ceremonies.
And among all those temples, there's one that's like the absolute center, right? Pura Besakih.
Yes, Pura Besakih, universally revered as the Mother Temple, and its location is deeply significant.
Where is it exactly?
It's nestled high on the slopes of Mount Agung.
Bali's highest mountain. And most sacred, I believe.
The highest and most sacred, yes. It's
Okay.
not just a scenic spot. In Balinese cosmology, Mount Agung is considered the home of the gods, the actual center of the universe.
So placing the main temple there is hugely symbolic.
Hugely. Pura Besakih itself is this vast complex, over 80 individual temples within it. It's not just a collection of shrines, it's like a living spiritual network mirroring the cosmic hierarchy. Each temple has its part to play in maintaining the island's divine balance. It's really a masterclass in cosmic organization.
And the look of the temples, the architecture, it's so distinctive too. It really reflects those unique beliefs, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You typically see temples built with three courtyards.
Right, I've seen pictures. They represent the three worlds.
Exactly, the three worlds of Balinese cosmology. You have the outer world, Bu, that's the realm of humans, the everyday.
Okay.
Then the middle world, Bu, which is more the realm of spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And then the innermost, most sacred world, Swa, the divine realm.
So the layout itself is a spiritual journey.
Precisely. It's not just for looks. It's a constant physical reminder for everyone of that journey, moving from the outer sort of mundane world towards the inner sacred divine core.
And that innermost part, that's where the main shrines are.
Yes, the Jeroen. And it's the most sacred area, usually only accessible to priests or people actually participating in the ceremonies. It really underscores that sacred progression.
Okay, so beyond the actual temples,
Mhm.
if we're talking about this whole spiritual landscape,
Mm-hmm.
the rice terraces have to be mentioned, right? They're iconic.
Oh, absolutely essential. They aren't just stunningly beautiful agricultural features. They are deeply spiritual landscapes in their own right, a real testament to ecological wisdom.
Oh, so.
Well, the way they manage the irrigation, it's through this incredible system called Subak.
Subak, right.
And it's entirely based on a Hindu philosophy called Trihita.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's not just about water flow. It's a profound philosophy that emphasizes maintaining harmony,
Yeah.
balance between three things:
Yeah.
humans, nature, and the divine.
Ah, I see. Humans, nature, divine.
Exactly. So the terraces themselves, they're seen as sacred spaces. Ceremonies are held there regularly throughout the growing cycle.
To ensure good harvests?
Yes, partly, but also crucially, to maintain that balance between the human and the spiritual worlds. It's this profound demonstration of respect for nature, and it's a sustainable, community-driven way of farming that goes back over 1,000 years.
And Tegalalang, near Ubud, that's a really famous example of this.
One of the most famous, yes, beautifully demonstrates this ancient system. When you visit, you realize they're not just fields. They really do represent this perfect harmony between human ingenuity and natural beauty.
And the farmers still do rituals there.
Oh, yes. They meticulously perform rituals to honor Dewi Shri. She's the rice goddess. They're recognizing the spiritual life force within the land that sustains them. It's a direct link to the divine in their daily work.
But the real depth of Balinese spirituality, it seems, it shows up not just in these big visible things like temples and terraces, but in the everyday stuff, right?
Yeah.
The smaller practices.
Absolutely. It's woven into the very fabric of daily life, often in ways you might not immediately notice.
Okay, let's maybe unpack that a bit. Concepts like karma and dharma.
Yes, central Hindu ideas. They profoundly influence how Balinese people live, how they interact with each other.
So the idea of reincarnation, maintaining good karma that affects community life.
Deeply. The importance of good karma through righteous actions. It's reflected in the island's really strong sense of community mutual support. It's not just some abstract philosophy, it's a lived reality that shapes every interaction.
And this even affects how they see time. You mentioned the calendar system.
Oh, completely. The Balinese calendar system is also doubly spiritual, and it influences everything. They actually use multiple calendars at once.
Multiple, like
Well, there's the solar calendar, the Saka, and a lunar one, Sasi. But the really key one for spiritual life is the Pawukan.
Pawukan.
It's this unique 210-day cycle, and it meticulously dictates the exact timing for pretty much all the important ceremonies and festivals throughout the year. It provides this constant sacred rhythm for their spiritual duties and communal life.
And that rhythm leads to a lot of festivals, right? The island seems to be constantly celebrating something.
It really does feel that way. The festival calendar is incredibly rich. Probably the most important one is Galungan.
Galungan, right. Every 210 days?
Yes, based on the Pawukan calendar. It celebrates the victory of Dharma, or good, over Adharma, evil. And it's when ancestral spirits are believed to return to the island for a visit.
So what happens during Galungan?
Families create these incredibly elaborate offerings, and they decorate their homes and temples with these iconic tall bamboo poles called penjor. They're beautifully adorned with coconut leaf decorations. It's a stunning sight.
Wow. And then there's Nepi, the Day of Silence.
Ah, Nyupi. That marks the Balinese New Year, the Saka New Year. And for a full 24 hours, the entire island literally comes to a standstill.
Like completely.
Completely. No work, no travel, the airport closes, no entertainment, even no lights or fires allowed after dark. It's a day for silence, fasting, meditation.
Why? What's the belief behind it?
The belief is that the total silence and inactivity tricks any lingering evil spirits into thinking the island is deserted, so they'll leave it alone for the coming year. It's this utterly unique, profound act of communal quiet.
That's incredible. And something you see constantly, even outside festivals, are those little offerings, right? The Kanang Sari.
Oh, yes. One of the most visible and ubiquitous expressions of their spirituality. You see them absolutely everywhere.
On sidewalks and shops.
In temples and homes, on statues, even on dashboards sometimes. They're meticulously made from coconut leaves, filled with colorful flowers, maybe some rice, biscuits, salt, sometimes a coin.
And what's their purpose? Just decoration.
Oh no, much more than that. They're multifaceted. They're acts of daily gratitude, thanksgiving to the gods. They help maintain harmony with the spiritual world. And they also express deep respect for nature, for everything it provides. It's this simple yet constant act of devotion woven right into the everyday.
That makes sense. And speaking of balance, what about traditional healing? Is that still a big thing?
Very much so. Traditional healing practices, known as Balian, are also deeply spiritual.
Balian.
Yeah, they're based on this core belief that illness doesn't just come from physical causes, but from imbalances, spiritual, physical, emotional imbalances.
Holistic view.
Exactly. So these traditional healers, the Balian, they use a combination of things. Herbal medicines, ancient massage techniques, and often powerful spiritual practices to restore that balance and promote healing.
And people still use them today.
Oh, yes, widely, often alongside modern medicine. It really shows this integrated approach to well-being, blending the ancient with the contemporary.
Fascinating. And the arts, too. Bali is so famous for its arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Is there a spiritual connection there?
Absolutely fundamental. Bali's renowned arts and crafts aren't just, pretty souvenirs. They are profoundly infused with spiritual meaning.
How so?
Well, traditional dance, music, visual arts, they aren't just entertainment in the Balinese context. They are vital ways of communicating with the gods, embodying spiritual stories, and actively preserving spiritual knowledge across generations.
Wow.
You see it in the intricate wood carvings, the vibrant paintings, the exquisite textiles. They often depict religious themes, gods, demons, epic stories. And these artworks are integral parts of ceremonies and temple decorations. It's really art as prayer, art as a living language of devotion.
So if you're visiting as a traveler, it seems really important to approach all this with respect.
Critically important. Our sources really emphasize this. Understanding local customs and traditions is key.
Like dressing modestly for temples.
Definitely. Shoulders and knees covered. Usually you'll need a sarong and sash, which are often available to borrow or rent. And always remove your shoes before entering temple compounds or homes.
And during ceremonies.
Be quiet, be respectful, don't use flash photography. And always ask permission before taking photos of people, especially during rituals. It's about being a mindful, respectful guest in what is, for them, a deeply sacred space, acknowledging the meaning these places hold.
Which brings up a question. With all the modernization, and obviously tourism is huge in Bali, how are these ancient traditions holding up? Are they being preserved?
That's a really important question. And yes, there are challenges. Modernization, the sheer volume of tourism, they definitely put pressure on traditions. But
Yeah.
our research also shows significant, really proactive efforts being made to preserve them. It's not just passively fading away.
But what kind of efforts?
Well, many young Balinese are actively choosing to learn the traditional arts, the ancient dances, the gamelan music, the spiritual practices. There's a real pride in their heritage.
It's great to hear.
Yeah. And there are also programs designed specifically to educate visitors about the island's culture in a respectful, meaningful way. The aim is to foster genuine connection, not just superficial sightseeing. It really speaks to their resilience and their commitment to keeping this heritage alive.
So if you want to experience this authentic spiritual culture, when's the best time? During a big festival.
Well, visiting during a major festival like Galungan or Kuningan is certainly incredible. The island is just buzzing with energy, color, music, ritual. It's unforgettable.
But even outside those times.
Oh, absolutely. Even during quieter periods, just visiting a local temple respectfully, maybe observing a smaller daily ceremony, or simply taking the time to learn about local beliefs from people in the community, that offers really profound insights.
It's about looking beyond the surface.
Exactly. Moving beyond just ticking off sites. It's about trying to connect with the island's living heart, letting the place reveal its deeper soul to you.
So wrapping this up, it really seems Bali's spiritual heritage is one of the most complete, most integrated systems of religious and cultural practice left in the world.
I think that's fair to say.
From those serene temples dotted everywhere, to the life-giving rice terraces managed by ancient wisdom, and all those vibrant daily traditions. The island really offers this unique chance to see a way of life where the sacred and the secular aren't separate. They're completely intertwined.
Beautifully intertwined. It's like a masterclass in living spirituality, a blueprint for integrated existence.
And experiencing that, diving into Bali's spiritual heart, it sounds genuinely transformative.
It often is. It definitely offers a deeper understanding of culture, maybe a new perspective on how humans can relate to nature and the divine.
So what's the takeaway for someone listening, maybe someone who isn't planning a trip there right now?
Well, maybe think about that Balinese philosophy, Trihita Karana, that idea of harmony between humans, nature, and the divine. Could that offer some kind of framework for your own life, even in a totally different context?
How so?
How might you look for the living temples or the integrated spiritual moments in places closer to home, or even just within your own daily routines? How can you find the sacred in the everyday, wherever you are?
That's an inspiring thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
It encourages all of us to think about how our journeys, whether they're across the world or just through our neighborhood, can be more than just sightseeing. Maybe they can be a real cultural and spiritual exploration, something that inspires a deeper sense of connection and wonder with the world around us.